Guys, it's Patdees. How are you doing? Decided to go live. Let me make sure I'm live here on the. I don't have two monitors up here, so let's make sure we're live on. I have to mute this. I have it pinned at the top. If anybody wants to join me to chat, you're more than welcome. Yep, it says I'm live here. So let me see.
You know your business needs online reviews.
Let me turn this down.
What you might not know is how quickly you can get them.
Volume down. There we go. So I need to wrap some presents. I'm going to open up some stuff that people had given me and just kind of chit chat and say hello and see how everybody's doing. So there I am. Yep, live. Don't see anybody in here yet, but I guess once we go live, some more people will come by and stop and say hello. Let's put, I guess. Okay, well, let's get started here. I got some gifts I need to, a friend of mine, I guess she's having a rough Christmas, so got her this dinosaur and got to get it wrapped up for him. And I don't know if that's going to be enough paper or not. So, if anybody, like I said, wants to come in here just to chit chat while I'm doing a little bit of wrapping, you're more than welcome. It's pinned at the top. Like I said, you're more than welcome to join me. I'm wrapping some presents I got for some. I don't have little kids no more. My kids are grown up now, 20 years old and 31. But I mean, we do get them presents. But I like to get presents for some kids I feel that need them. I got some presents here. I'm wrapping for two of my employees. Ex-employees when I had the restaurant and stuff like that. So I kind of like to play a little bit of Santa Claus and just kind of, drop things off. Hi, Lisa. How are you? I'm on the laptop here, so this is a little different doing it from the living room. So thank you. For anybody that wants to kind of just join and chit-chat, hey, what are you doing? What are your Christmas plans? At the top, I have the StreamYard link. Like I said, if you can't hang the whole time, that's fine. I am wrapping presents. That's one of the things I did a lot. I was the one that a lot of times would go, "Hey, Ellen, how are you doing, sir? Thank you for stopping." I actually got a couple things from viewers too. I'm going to open up. It looks like some ornaments, and somebody sent me some mail and stuff like that. So I may not do a great job wrapping, but some people will have it like down to a science as far as, but the kids rip it open, so I try to tuck in the sides here, and I got probably about 15 toys and stuff to wrap. So I know, a little different, but no different I guess than a working hangout. This is a this is some work in itself. So we're with Pennsylvania shutting everything down now, you can't go nowhere, and we're supposed to get some sloppy weather, so we'll be staying home for Christmas. But my one son lives at home with us still, and then see, it's not real fancy on the end, but I fold it over like that. Hey, no problem, Lisa. Lisa, I don't think you've ever gone online. Oh, okay. Hey, Alan, how are you doing, sir? Phil, if you want to stop in up at the top, there's the link. Not sure if you're working or not. Anybody, like I said, it's pretty much an open door as long as you behave yourself. No cussing or nothing like that. But yeah, this girl that used to work for me, she had worked for me when I had the Subway. Actually, yeah, she hasn't worked. She worked for me when she was 16 years old, and she worked for me probably for about 4 years, but we've been friends ever since. And now she's in her 30s, and she's been like family to me. And even when I went through my stuff, she's always treated me good. And she actually works at a local insurance office, so I stop and see her. So some of these presents are for her kids. There you go. So there's number one. Not too bad, not too shabby. I mean, it's not, that's how the ends look, but it's all right. The kids will enjoy it. So this gift is actually for somebody that used to work for me at my restaurant, and I guess she's having a little bit of a tough time this Christmas. And I said, I'll pick up some stuff and get him something, get him some presents and stuff like that. So we got a whole big box here. Ugh, this is like two-sided wrap. I wanted to send out some Christmas cards this past week, and I never got around to it for two reasons. Because honestly, the way the mail's been backed up, I'm like, they're not going to get there. But it's been slow the last 2 days doing Amazon, but it's been a nightmare answering people's emails and we're not going to get our stuff by Christmas. I want my money back. And it's like, aren't people paying attention to the news? Oh, making fudge for the mother-in-law. 6 people. Like, if anybody wants to cut, like I said, it's right on the screen. Welcome to join and chat. StreamYard link. Yeah, see, I'm all ready. You got to be like Ralph Cramden used to do in Fred Flintstone. I love my mother-in-law. I love my mother-in-law. I like this Christmas wrap. This is because it's one side Santa and one side like Mary. So it's double-sided. I'm sitting here in my living room, actually, working off the coffee table. I actually got it pretty cleaned up here. There's only one box in here. Got stuff that we're transporting downstairs for the to do downstairs and eBay and stuff like that. So you guys will be seeing that soon. So I should have a pen. I didn't have a pen. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to take a picture and put a little note to myself what the item is and who it goes to. So hold on a second. Okay, that one. Photo. Yeah, I may have to get a pen. All right, this is the Transformers. I got a little boy. He likes Transformers, so we're going to wrap that one up. Okay. I don't know. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. There's not many people on. Maybe everybody's running errands or still at work or something like that. I don't know. If you guys are watching this on the replay, you'll have to give me a thumbs up or comment. Let's see how to do this. Maybe I made too much paper. I always like to wrap them pretty tight. I know when I was a kid sometimes, and there used to be presents under the tree, I used to try to rip open the package a little bit and see what was on there. Hey, Okie Treasure Hunter, I've seen you in the room. Thank you for stopping. This is just casual chat with you guys. We're getting the countdown to Christmas. I am wrapping presents for some nieces and nephews and old employees of mine, their kids. And I got a couple things I want to open and share with you guys as far as like viewer mail. And if you want to come in and chat, I've never officially met you, but the StreamYard link is pinned at the top. You're more than welcome to come in and say hello and what's your plans, what are you doing. I didn't want to do this too late because a lot of time with people doing auctions and doing lives and stuff like that, I'm like, I didn't want to kind of run into interference on their times and stuff like that. So, hey, Punisher, how are you doing? Are you still in the hospital, sir? Thanks for stopping. I am wrapping presents for for some kids. Some of them, well, none of them are mine, but the way I said that, just like giving gifts. So actually, I told my son, my youngest, unfortunately, he has to wait till Saturday because the wife gets paid tomorrow. And even though I'm doing good on Amazon this year and selling stuff, it's all the money's tied up. So I'm pretty broke right now. So I have to get some gifts this Saturday. I get paid. Amazon actually pays me today, but the money doesn't go into the account till Friday, and I won't have it till Saturday. So I got a couple things for him, but I told him that he has to wait, and then Saturday I'll get him a couple things. And I got him like 2 or 3 things, but I had spent money to get some other, like this one package I'm going to deliver tonight. The lady, she works at the local Rite Aid, and drop that off for her son, and do it that way. What I have the tendency to do with my older son is I actually buy stuff for him year round, and then we put it I was smart this year. I put it in a box up in the attic, and my youngest son actually wrapped all those presents up, so they were taken care of. If anybody's smart, I used to do this, but I haven't been able to do it the last 2 or 3 years, is you open up a Christmas club. You put $20 away a week, and you basically start like that around November, and then October, then you get a check for $1,000 plus $3 or $4 in interest. And so that's number 2, gift number 2. And then you get that, in the the mail, the check in the mail, and $20 is $1,000 a year, so adds up pretty quick. So I got a couple things here I want to open. I got actually some boxes. I got some stuff from Locker Nuts. They sent me a gift. They sent me this a while ago. I didn't open it up, and like I said, I got some ornaments and stuff. Oh yeah, I hope you're feeling better. And sucks to be in the hospital around the holidays. And that's another thing I want to address real quick. And so thankful for all you guys coming and supporting me and stuff. And just recently, the last 2 days, I've seen where 2 people that I've known, I don't know real well, but passed away, and it always makes it tough. Darlene Norgis, I used to go on her show and stuff like that, and her mother, I just saw, Mama, had passed away. So, and then there was another lady, Peyton the Roses Red. She just subscribed to me probably about 6 or 7 weeks ago, and she had been watching the auctions, and I think she inquired to me about maybe buying some hoodies and stuff like that. And I guess she got a blood clot the last 2 days, and she passed away too. So, it's a time to reflect and be grateful that we're here and surrounded by family, and sometimes we kind of point too much to the negative of what's going on in life, and just like that, can end. Yeah, Becky and Mama, right, exactly. So their families are in my thoughts and prayers, and I'm thinking about them. And okay, I got to get up for a second. I got to get a tag so I can tag these. Otherwise, I'm not going to know. I'm worried that I might start giving gifts to the wrong people. I should have been better prepared. Give me 15 seconds. Okay. This will have to work for now. I don't have no fancy tags. So I will put labels that I use for Amazon. Myra, since you're here, you know what I'm going to do? This is part I wanted to open up some. So Myra Buying Space is here, and she sent me this. I don't want to show her address. It's just a post office box, but Myra is a viewer of the channel, and she's supported me I've been on YouTube almost January will be 2 years, pretty much. And she's always very, very thoughtful. Sends out stuff I know to even other channels and cards and you know, items. And she sent me a while ago. I don't have it here because I put it in a box, and I don't know where I think the box, everything got moved downstairs. She actually sent me an ornament too for my Christmas tree about 2 months ago. But it was funny because I just got this in the other day, and this was sent out in November. And she sent me this. It's not even open. So you guys are going to see me open it live. It's a cute little Peanuts. Oh, it's cute. Oh, wow, look. This is the card that she sent me. Thank you, Myra. I appreciate that. I love cartoons. And it says, Patdees and family, hope you celebrate this holiday season surrounded by the warmth of family and friends. Myra Elaine and her daughter, Jessica. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Nice card. Very thoughtful. So thank you, Myra. That's very nice. Actually, too, I got another. I had gotten this in from Valerie. A little gift for your Christmas tree. She sent me this ornament. Didn't even get a chance to hang it up yet, but it's the Yuletide Ride. Yeah, Lisa. I appreciate that. Valerie, Hickory, forget what her channel is. Hickory. I don't know. I can't think of the name. That's you know, you get to know people's real names, and then you got to try to coordinate it with their YouTube name. Hickory. I don't want to say Hickory Springs, but that don't sounds like a commercial for something. So she sent me that ornament. So thank you, Val. I appreciate that. Donna Bodolino actually sent me a couple things. She knows I like George Michael. So, oh, wow. I just looked down. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate the super chat. Here's a cup of hot chocolate for you. Merry Christmas. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Very nice. Yes, Hickory Springs. That's it. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Hickory Springs. That's right. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you always get bound to run into somebody sometimes that is, you know. But for the most part, everybody has been pretty positive. Hey, Lego Man, what's up, buddy? What are you doing? I have the link up there if you want to pop. I'm actually in the middle of opening some viewer mail. I haven't gone live actually in a while here. As far as sitting down, I'm wrapping some presents for some kids, and but I don't know what you're doing. But the link is there. You want to? So from Donna, I got this Wham record and this ornament here, and she actually, it's very nice. Nice purple ornament. And there was a little note with it that hang it up on your tree and think of Denali. And that's the one that she had, her son that she had lost to cancer and stuff like that. So very thoughtful, and thank you, Donna. Appreciate that. Okay, so I'm gonna use the old reliable labels that we used to send into Amazon to mark the gifts so that I know what they are, and nothing real fancy, but this is for Tommy. So then I remember. See, it's not a, but this way when I gather, I'm going to drop these off at the girl's house tomorrow for her kids. She's got 3 kids, so I got gifts for all of them. And okay, let's see what paper wrap we're going to use next here. Uh-oh. Here's one I like. It's got the cars. Okay. I don't know if you guys aren't used to men wrapping gifts, but I don't mind it. I don't know if you guys heard me say earlier, I never had, honestly, much Christmas as a kid. My mom and dad had their priorities screwed up. There were years that we didn't get nothing. And then there were, a couple of years, if it wasn't for the Salvation Army, we would have got nothing. The local ladies used to get the doll molds, and they used to crochet, and they used to have dolls for the girls and fire trucks for the guys, the boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have a nice variety here. Even what I do, a lot of times I'll buy some of it like that weekend after when it's on sale for like 75% off, and then save it for next year. Ooh, this one, I got this. Cute. You can make Play-Doh hair and stuff like that. So this is this is the next gift. I didn't have good Christmases, honestly. And I was always determined when I got older as an adult, I would try to do the best I can to make Christmas better for other people. And even if it's small way, and everybody says it's not about gift giving and stuff like that, but the kids don't know, or it's not their fault what they grow up with. And I do remember when I was 12 years old, I got a job as a dishwasher in a local diner, and I would wash dishes there and stuff like that. And the owners befriended me, and they became like second family. And I remember them getting me. They knew I liked wrestling, and they got me some of those rubber wrestlers, those LJ ones that are worth some money now. And I was like, oh, I can remember. My dad must have felt like a heel, because I don't think he had nothing for me that year, or if he did, it was maybe $10. And I came home with all these gifts from the people that I worked for, and I was always like, wow, I just couldn't believe somebody else was going out of their way to do that for me. And even one time, I was talking about this with my wife yesterday, that I grew up poor. What does poor mean? Poor means, we didn't have a car a lot of times, didn't have food a lot of times, had to go begging to the neighbors. And, I mean, it was tough. My kids never had to experience that. I was always responsible, made sure there was food on the table. We had a car. They didn't have to walk nowhere to get to the doctor. And I remember the one year we were part of a group that they took us shopping, and I don't know what it was. Maybe we got like $40 each, and we had a list, and we got to go to like a local store, sort of like it was like a mini Walmart, and we got to buy like something for my mom, something for my dad, something for my like they put down like a pair of socks or something like that. And there was probably about 50 of us kids, and we went back. We shopped at the place. It was actually called McCory's, and it was sort of like an Ames or a James Way. And we went back, and we all wrapped the gifts, and it was a good feeling. It was a good feeling to be able to. So I've always, I've always enjoyed giving gifts and kind of making the holiday special and doing things. And oh, Christmas Eve you get out. Good for you, bud. Good. I hope you feel better. So I've always enjoyed trying to, even if, like me and my wife, we didn't get nothing for each other this year. But that's okay, because as long as we can do for others, that's more important. Now, this one I have, I think, multiples of. So I'm not sure who I'm going to give that to. I got to keep it straight here. So I have about 10 different presents. Let me open this up. This is actually from Kimmy, Borderline Hoarders. If she's done the show with me before. And I just got this in the mail actually yesterday. I didn't even open it up. Said the link is there if anybody wants to join and chat what you're doing. Oh, wow. Huh. She sent me this Superman card. Here's the card. I hope she doesn't get mad if I read it. Crouton. She made a joke one time, something like, and I don't know, something about call me, I don't know, soggy bread. I said, I'm no soggy bread. I'm a crouton or something. There are no words to express how much our friendship means to me. Thank you for being my best friend. Always, Kimberly. So thank you, Kimberly, Borderline Hoarder. You've seen her. She's been on my channel, and I actually feel bad because I didn't send no cards or nothing out this year, and I just been overwhelmed, and like I said, just waiting on getting paid from Amazon to do things, and then the mail slowed up. But you know what? Just because you don't give right at Christmas time doesn't mean, well, you get a free pass. I can always do something. I try to super chat people and do things, and she knows I've sent her stuff before and help her out, and you could do it any time of the year. It doesn't always have to be Christmas. So this is cute. This is an ornament for the tree. Says it's a don't quit your daydream, and it's an unicorn ornament, relaxing. There it goes, focused in. Don't quit your daydream. So there you go. Yes, she is. So thank you, Kimmy. Got that in, and the Superman card. I appreciate it. Be nice to, down the road to look back. Was actually down at Mr. Buys a lot the other day. This ain't wrapped up, but he knows I'm a big Jackie Gleason fan, and I like the Honeymooners. And he gave me this TV guide. This is from 19, I don't know, well, 15 cents. I mean, the Honeymooners were in the 50s, so gotta assume it was from the 50s. So he gave me this TV guide there too. Brian, Mr. Buys a lot. Oh, it says 1955. So he was out buying stuff, and he saw that, and he knows I like. Reminds me of myself a lot of times, Jackie Gleason, and my wife has red hair, and the Honeymooners. So actually, T just gave me something. I don't have it here. Actually, maybe I do. She sent me a picture. Hold on, where's my cell phone? And I said, "Oh, how much do you want for it?" Because I was willing to pay for it and buy it. And she said, "Merry Christmas," and she said it's yours. And so when we meet up, I'm gonna get that. So that was very nice. Let me see. It's sometimes confusing. You text somebody through your phone, and then, okay, yeah, here it is. You guys can see that. It's a print or a drawing of Ralph Cramden and Ed Norton. It's a nice big print, but she's given me that for Christmas. So very thank you. It keeps, I hate that it keeps switching around. Oh, maybe I could save it to my phone and then it won't do that. Duh. Yeah, let's try it that way. What a dummy. Let's see. Yeah, it still keeps, I don't know why it keeps turning to get the best image and stuff like that. But so thank you, T. If you watch this on the replay, if you're listening, I appreciate it. T and her husband Robbie, who I nicknamed Louie because he used to dispatch cabs, and it always as soon as I thought about that, I thought of Louis De Palma from Taxi. So I call him Louie. And okay, the next item I got to wrap is called plumber pants. So I actually got two of these, one for one group of kids that I know and one for another. So I have actually a box of cards here that Locker Nuts sent me. Jack and Jana, if you guys watch them at all. Let me see here what kind of paper they got. Appreciate you guys just hanging. I know it's probably a little boring. What the hell? It ain't no different than watching somebody when they're listing stuff on eBay and they're just chatting. So, okay, this is going to be the next. This is Toy Story, Woody. And so I'm going to use this paper next. This one's actually pretty nice because it has lines. So you know when you cut, you at least are cutting a straight piece. I mean, obviously, I can hide the jaggedness of it. I'm hoping once this, maybe COVID, all this stuff goes away next year, Christmas time, I got to go to Disney World again. Or we were talking, maybe we'd go a week or two before, but maybe next December we would go to Disney. Well, I love Disney. Such a beautiful time, and just get out. The only thing about this reselling, it gets a little bit lonely, honestly, and I think that's why many of us gravitate towards YouTube to interact and network with people. And but it's tough because you can't spend your time 15 hours a day on YouTube also, because you ain't gonna get any work done then. So this piece was probably, honestly, I'm guilty of when I'm wrapping some of these that there's too much paper and I'm probably wasting some paper. But I got like over to the side here 15 rolls, so no big deal. So in other words, I could have probably made a smaller piece out of this to save for something else. But I could tell you many years that I wrapped presents Christmas Eve. So at least today, there's still 2 days to go on this. Now, my nieces and nephews, actually, I'm going to be stopping this weekend because we were supposed to all meet up on Christmas. We're not going to be able to do that this year because my mother-in-law is like in her 70s, and they want to make sure she doesn't get sick because my wife's aunt just passed away of complications with COVID. So we want to make sure that, she doesn't get sick, and then, because we had to be selfish. So no big deal. We stay home, and my older son's going to stop tomorrow, and the weather's going to be sloppy anyways. But anyways, I got to stop and see my nieces and nephews from my wife's older sister, and she has 4 kids, and we'll stop and see them and drop off presents and stuff like that. So my wife was just here actually with my youngest son, and they went to Walmart to get some things for food for Christmas Day and stuff like that. And I like a traditional I do. I fold some of that up too. I like the traditional turkey, ham, mashed potatoes, stuffing, corn. I like sweet potatoes on that day, gravy. I love that meal. We get usually on Thanksgiving and Christmas. I get it, and that's about it. It's one thing I miss when I used to have the restaurant. I was talking about this yesterday. Used to be able to eat anything I want any day, different times. So I was talking about like I miss having breakfast, over medium, ham, home fries, and toast once in a while. Now, see what I did there? That present's all wrapped. The ends don't look bad. It's funny because I've seen videos where people wrap presents, and it'll be like a little time lapse, 2 minutes, where somebody will show, and how they fold it, but they do it on a table standing up. I'm sitting down here, no big deal. The kids aren't going to criticize if I don't have the perfect edge. Now I have another, like I said, I have another one of these, so I'll wrap that up too. This paper. I kind of like to mix the paper up. There was a couple years, I think one year I only had like 2 style papers. I think everything was wrapped in 2 styles. And I always taught the kids that, mom and dad get the presents. Santa, that's what my wife was a little concerned about, Lisa. Santa always dropped off 1 present, but mom and dad had to pay for it because, we would get billed in the mail. Santa's the delivery guy like UPS, but, mom and dad had to pay for it. Santa doesn't have the budget or the money to, pay. So we always had them understand that, mom and dad work hard for this, and you know, that they should be grateful. That's always tough though when we spoil our kids. How do you teach kids to be grateful? Because everybody just assumes that everything is just owed to you. Even now, it's just honestly, it's just, and I don't. People are complaining they're not going to get stuff by Christmas. It's okay. I mean, like Lisa said, she sent me a card. If I don't get the card till January, it's okay. The meaning's there. It's not going to matter. I got a roof over my head. I'm going to have some food on Christmas, the company of others. You know, just sitting here, even relaxing with you guys. There's not many people here right now, only 9. But, you know, it's no big deal. Everybody's getting all excited about it. I mean, they're working on, you know, that this, you know, I know some people aren't going to get it, but hopefully this is a good, safe, you know, vaccine, and people will get back in some normal life in the next 9 to 12 months. I mean, what happens if, you know, this wasn't developed and they never could cure this, and more people had passed away and stuff? You know, I'm trying to be positive and think the best that, you know, we're all going to pull through this, and you know, and things will never be the same. I think, you know, unfortunately for some small businesses, that this is just really hurting them. You know, big corporations, they can borrow money unlimited and have stock and everything else. So, hey, Craig, if you want to join me, the link, unless you're at work, the link is up there. I mean, this is just a casual hangout. I'm wrapping presents for different kids that I give gifts to, old employees, kids, and my nieces and nephews. And I showed a couple things I got in the mail. So I'm not watching this on YouTube. Yeah, right. Craig, I didn't. I didn't get you anything, Craig. I'm sorry. I apologize. If you want to come in and hang out, bud, you can. My wife and Josh are at the Big Red, are at the store. So I said, I'm going to go live. I got gifts to wrap and just kind of talk with everybody and show a couple things I got from people. I show a couple ornaments I got. The link's there above. I don't know how some people can do sometimes they do these shows for 5-6 hours. I mean, I'm a talker, but I couldn't talk for 5. Well, it makes it a little easier when you have somebody else. That way I don't have to do all the talking. So I actually feel like I got to take it. If I don't take a breath here a second, I'm going to take it easy. All right. This one probably not my best wrap jobs, but it's done. I fold it over little sides, but it's fine. So, okay. So that's 4 so far, and I've been live 38 minutes. I wrapped 4 gifts and opened up 3 or 4 items from viewers. Okay, I have a little bit of this one, penguin. Okay, yep. So this will work. Actually got this Spider-Man disc launcher. You know, these are little silly gifts that are good for stocking stuffers. The kids use a couple times. You don't have to go out and spend $300 on one gift to have. Sometimes, I mean, I know some of the kids are spoiled, but these nice little things on the side, or even nice little extra things to kind of, they're not always be able to play with the other stuff in between. Okay. Say it'd be neat. That's one thing I'd like to do is, I wish I knew, is go to a place where they manufacture this Christmas paper, how they print it on a big roll and how they cut it, and you know, like a series, see how it's done, and go into a factory. Oh, thank you, Deborah. I'm doing as best as possible. Will every gift be the same quality wrap. No, but it's all right. I think they'll appreciate. Believe it or not, I've probably wrapped. My wife a lot of times, honestly, is always, even though I was the cook, a lot of times get things together and with our business, preparing the food. So I would take the time to go out and buy a lot of the presents for the kids as they were growing up, and I can't really recall the last time my wife actually mentioned this, that she's actually wrapped presents. And my son Joshua, Big Red, he wrapped a lot of the other presents for my other son like 2 weeks ago, and they're underneath the tree here. So yeah, I don't like gift bags that much unless it's a last minute deal, because it's like, it kind of takes away the suspense of unwrapping a gift. And I like to wrap the presents. And I like the variety. So that's not bad. But again, it's not real fancy on the back, but there ain't gonna be no bows this year. Sometimes usually I would use I would have tags, but I don't know where the tags are, and if I wrap them up, I'm worried that I will forget what's in there. So I'm putting on one of the labels I use for Amazon. I just put the kid's name. So I got probably about 15 toys here that I bought to give away. Now my pen's died on me, probably because I tried to do it on the paper, and I don't want to press too hard. There we go. I don't want to press too hard and knock it through. So this one is for Jack. Hello, hey, yeah, Gate City Picker, sure. Come on over. We can have a wrapping party. We'll play some MC Hammer in the background and wrap presents. If anybody wants to join, oh, thank you, Mookie Pookie. I love that name. When I was a kid, I used to be. Was it Mookie Pookie was a bear? Mookie Pookie had no hair. There was like a little. I don't know if you got right before my wife left. I actually made her cut my hair. It was getting a little bit too long, and I had some whiskers. Oh no, it was funny. I was looking back on YouTube last year, and I had a beard there for a while. And I'm just an impatient guy sometimes in the pulling of it. I don't know how the hell I let it grow in, but she cut my hair, and then I jumped in the shower. I said, I'm gonna go live while I wrap presents. But thanks for everybody joining me. I know this is just hanging out. Appreciate it. Nothing exciting. Hanging out, wrapping presents, and opening. All right. So what I'll do is let me open this. I know it's cards. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Mookie. Not many women say I look great, so I can't let it go to my head. So, oh yeah. What the heck did I do? Oh, okay. All right, this is from this box came in from Locker Nuts. Jack and Jana, I'm friends with them, and they sent me this. Now I know it's cards. They told me he was going to send me a box of cards. They sent me this, no charge. He paid for it, and he's been very supportive of me. And wow. Okay, some of this might be some things I purchased, and some things. Yeah, you know what? This box is the one I purchased. I do have another. It's so confusing. I have a box that I got from them, but this is all different cards, Oakland A's. I didn't open it in a while, so I have another box out there, but they sent me a whole bunch of cards and stuff like that. But I don't want to dig this one open because it has hats and things like that, and if I don't get it back in the box. But they did send me a box of cards, so I must have grabbed the wrong box. But here's a box of cards I got from T. Hi, Betty. Hey, No, Steven, I didn't wrap it yet. I'm still undecided what you want because I know when you're in the auctions, you like all kinds of things. So I'm not sure what you want. And late night. See, ever since Patdees didn't do late night no more, this young lady, me and her used to have a hot dog business, and COVID-19 shut everything down that we can't even have a hot dog cart in downtown Manhattan. And it was always tough for her because she'd have to fly in from California once a week to collect her share of the money. And I said, well, why don't you open up one in California and I'll have mine in Manhattan? And she decided that she wanted to become late night now, since I don't do late night anymore. So maybe pretty soon she's going to do a talk station. I don't know. Okay, so she sent me this box. T sent me this box of cards. Patdees. See? So T auctions for you, who really is a good friend, and I've actually met up with her a couple times. Ooh. Oh, wow. She sent me this. There's a whole bunch of different cards in here. Wow, there's a lot of nice cards in here. There's envelopes of cards. Holy crap. There's different. There's a lot. There's a lot of cards in here. So she sent me got crowded on the corner. Okay. Hey, Glenn. Hi, Mookie. Sorry you're on your own. Okay, don't know what that means, but you're not on your own. All of you guys are here hanging out with me, and I appreciate it. Like I said, the link's above. If anybody wants to come in, just chat. Hey, Marie. The link's up there. It's tough because I don't hear no feedback. So I'm hearing myself talk. So this box is filled. She sent me actually this about 2 months ago, and I've had a pile that I created that one day I said, oh, I'll kind of go through and I'll open up. And there's envelopes and envelopes and envelopes of different cards. And this whole box is stuffed with all kinds of cards. This looks like, 1982. So there's a lot of baseball 82 cards in here. There's a nice mix of cards. She knows I like cards. I collect and I buy and sell them too. And so she's like, she could have took these to auction, probably got $20 for them, but she gave them the Patdees. So I appreciate that. So there's at least 800 cards here that she sent me, and one day in between, and you guys will see soon that we got our YouTube eBay room studio ready to go pretty soon, and I'll have this stuff in there. So thank you, T. I appreciate that. Nice big box of cards. All right, now on to the next gift I got to wrap. Let me see. I got these. Let me see. Oh, this was a Spider-Man remote control car. So let me. 17 people in here now. Wow. They said, oh, Patdees is live. Wonder what he's doing. He's wrapping presents. Oh, that piece of paper is not too big, so I ain't gonna. Oh, you know what I can do with that one? Here, let's bump this one. Maybe I can wrap the spider. I got this for a little girl. So I think I can make that one work. Yep. I think instead of letting that one go to waste, we'll make that one work here. The Patdees is not afraid to wrap presents and do what he's got to do. One day, honestly, and I do it now, but I'm hoping as my YouTube channel grows next year and I want to do different things, that one day I would love to have a big Christmas party and have maybe like 50 families, involved and get presents for them. And, not how do I say this? Not people that I would say are poor, but people that, in a sense, that they struggle year round to kind of get by, and it would be just a nice little extra treat and a nice little thing to do. It's going to happen. One day I'm going to do it. I used to do things when I had the restaurant. We used to have Christmas parties, and we would give out free meals, and I'd give out gifts to different kids that came. Oh. Oh, Craig, are you going to come in? Are you at work, sir? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It keeps me, honestly. The past 2 weeks I've had a little bit of Christmas winter blues. I just had surgery 2 weeks ago, and I've been busy, but honestly, the way if you sell on Amazon, people don't realize you gotta wait forever to get the money. And now with these packages being lost and delayed, they're holding up my money. So it's like, come on. So just I don't know, things going on. And last year, if you guys remember, I made a couple Christmas specials over the year and stuff like that. And oh, okay. Hey, T, if you want to stop in, you can. There's a link at the top. Oh, you're on break? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Thanks, Craig. I appreciate it. I did a Christmas special, but this year's been such a mess, and there was some negativity I didn't like on YouTube, and I kind of, honestly, for probably about 5 months, two separate times for about, I didn't do nothing, and I didn't make no highlight. I just kind of wasn't feeling it, and just got to get back into the swing of things. T, if you want to come on there, you said you want to do a live with me one day. There's the link. Come on and say hello. And I just took a little bit of a break. I guess that's what I'll say. I got this desktop soccer game. That's the net. Oh, I got to wrap this Spider-Man too. Almost forgot here. That paper wasn't big enough. Okay, let me grab another roll of paper here. So next year I want to, grow the channel, grow myself as an individual. Not weight-wise. Next on weight-wise, I want to get back in shape and shed some of the pounds, and that's the plan, to keep pushing forward and not get distracted by the negativity of life and others. This is actually, in a lot of ways, for me, satisfying to just be able to do this stuff and get back to, give to others. I'll tell you something. This one family that I'm giving to used to be an old employee, and when I had found out a couple of years ago I had cancer, she came to the business and gave me a card and stuff. Hey,
So, man,
Craig, how you doing?
how are you, man?
Good. Thanks for stopping. Are you on break right now?
Yeah, took a little bit of time off. I had to go drop an item off at the post office from my new store, my new eBay store.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for coming by. This is just how people have working hangouts. This is sort of like that, but I have presents I need to get wrapped for some different kids this girl that used to work for me. When I had cancer, her whole family had given me an envelope, and in that envelope with the card was $500, and I've always been I've always been grateful of that, and so I always tried to give back, and the kids look forward to Oh, T, is that you?
Is that you? Is that you?
No, Hemlock's in the back. Can you turn on your camera so I can verify it's you? Hold on. She didn't turn it on yet, but I think it's got to be.
What's up, Glenn?
T?
Hey, hi, Pat.
How comes your camera's off?
Oh, because I'm a mess right now.
Okay,
It can't be any worse than this.
I'll let it go because I recognize your voice.
Yeah, I'm a mess a little bit right now. I've been running around errands, the last minute Christmas shopping, and I just got back home, and I'm a little bit.
Okay. I just, sometimes people have to act the fool, and they will sometimes copy. I've seen it happen. They'll copy somebody's name, and then they'll come in, and then they just want to be an idiot. And I know you, I know your voice, so I know it's you. So you're fine with the camera off. I appreciate you just stopping by to say hello.
Yeah, I just wanted to stop in and say hi. I'm got to wrap some presents myself, and I just wanted to, talk to you about how is it back home?
Well, I'm gonna be a little honest with you. I don't really consider this home because I grew up in the Lehigh Valley, which is about an hour south, and this was a business opportunity to move up here. I mean, sad to say, I've been here longer where I lived, where you used to live. I've been in this area for 18 years now, and I've been with my wife for 31, 32 years. And sometimes it doesn't feel like home because I used to have a business, and because of my issues with getting cancer and having to close it down. And some people were just very kind of kick you when you're down. So I've always told my wife, when I pass away, I don't want to be buried around here. I'm a little bit nostalgic. I'd rather be buried down where I grew up and where I went to high school at. So.
Yeah.
Because you can know where your body is, right?
No, I just feel honestly, I feel like where I went to high school and I still have a lot of friends down there. I feel like that's home for me. We closed the restaurant, and sadly, I bet you we don't hear from 5 people. And
wow.
And people forget I employed over 800 people in 17 years. And, I get it. People move on and things happen and stuff like that. But I do miss, I do miss the customers that, I do miss the food every day, and that's why reselling is really lonely and stuff like that. But I just don't miss the negative aspect of anything in life. And sometimes people would be so stupid, like social media, like, oh, I got a pancake and it was cold, or you closed down and good, glad he closed down, their food sucked, and yet you made 60,000 meals and didn't have one complaint, but somebody wants to be mean. It's so I don't know.
Yeah.
Such is life.
Yeah.
Well, just gotta move on from it.
The only thing that because last time I was back in Hawley and Hamlin and all that was about a little over 3 years ago. I stayed over there for about a month to visit home and stuff because I like going and antiquing over there and stuff like that. I think I had mentioned to you about if you knew Miss Ellie's antique shop on Church Street.
I know where Hawley is. I live in a beautiful area. It's very rural. It's very Hawley has a nice little old brick buildings and
right.
Nice, but like I said, I just I guess I went from really 11, 12 years being in the spotlight, being a business owner and talking to people every day to now kind of being in your house, and how many neighbors don't even talk to one another. I mean, I talked to a couple of my neighbors, and a lot of people know me from the restaurant and stuff like that, but people are just busy in their life, and I guess it's just me kind of maybe overthinking it, but I mean, if I go into the stores, I banter with the people and the employees and things like that, but just, I don't know, I guess when home feels like for me is exactly where I was born and where I went to high school, and some of the different memories there as a kid growing up and shoveling snow in that neighborhood and things like that.
See, and that what you're saying, that's what Hawley is to me, and Lords Valley is to me. Like, I went to Wallenpaupack Middle School and high school, you know what I mean? And growing up at the dike at Wallenpaupack Lake, and you know what I mean? And the areas, like I'm sure you know Woodlock and
oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I used to have Subway, I mean, I used to own Subway franchises. I delivered to the Woodlock. I delivered to Cohaven, Caesars, and we used to do a lot of charity stuff throughout the years. And I had created 2 scholarships that I used to give to Lake Wallenpaupack School in Western Wayne. So I was given $1,000 a year in school scholarships and stuff like that. And I enjoyed being part of the community and stuff, and doing those type of things. And I mean, have you seen my channel? I've done a couple videos of things with the lake and stuff like that. And we live in a beautiful area. A lot of people come in from New York and New Jersey, and they actually, surprisingly or not, were very grateful a lot of times when we had the restaurant, because we kept it clean, the prices were reasonable, and we were friendly. We're back in New York, a lot of times they people give it attitude. Sometimes the locals didn't like the people coming in or the change. And
sorry.
That's okay. And and I met, there's a lot of people I met, honestly, that I miss, and I wish I would have somehow could stay in contact, but life goes on, things happen. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, I wonder whatever happened to that person, and sadly you'll see an obituary, and then you'll kind of look and like, oh my God, so and so passed away 2 months ago, and remember they used to come in all the time, and we used to. I mean, we had a family style restaurant, so we could sit there and when we had our last Christmas party, we had something like 130 people there, and had a real good time. So I'm hoping one day, as I become more successful as a reseller / YouTuber, that I can do something on a local level where I can invite like 50 families and have a special dinner and give to their kids and families, and do something, because you can't take it with you. So it's nice to give back and be grateful.
Right. I mean, that's why. And whenever I see you in the chat, I'm always asking you, oh, did you know if Holy Diner opened back up yet? Or I know you had told me Settlers Inn is open.
Yeah, no, in Pennsylvania now they've closed everything down. I'm not really a big fan, and I don't want to sound negative on YouTube. I'm not a big fan of Holy Diner. I'm so picky. I like places that are clean and people that are like, I don't like people like I'll be honest, like we used to own Subways, and there's a Subway locally that sometimes they're outside smoking a cigarette, and they go in and they want to wait on you without washing your hands. Well, I'm not eating there.
Yeah.
I'm that type of person. I was very conscientious when we had our place. I mean, we had perfect scores, and you could. I had people I'd say, hey, come back in my kitchen, and were we $100 plate food? No, of course not. But we were family style, sort of like Perkins, Cracker Barrel, and when we first were there, man, we were busy. That first summer, we were doing $20,000 a week in the summer. And then when the economy tanked in 2008 there, and more competition came in, just the area never came back. Our area that you're from is very seasonal. Hawley right now, I drove through Hawley the other day, and there's a big building up from the police station that the building's for sale. And a guy used to sell like jukeboxes in there and stuff like that. And boy, I tell you, if I was 10 years younger, I'd love to have that building and as a reseller, because even if you only did good 6 months out of the year between Memorial Day and Labor Day when the out-of-towners are in, and then you did eBay and Amazon the other time, you would be just fine, and then rent apartments upstairs because the building is beautiful.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hey, Adam. Oh, Adam, I was thinking of you today. I said, I feel bad because Adam asked me to be on his show back in July, and I was on his show, and I had said to him I wanted him to be on my show, and unfortunately I took a 2-month break. And with YouTube, if you take a break, people move on, things happen, and more YouTubers pop up, and so you gotta stay convicted and stay to this. But Adam, I will always remember. Adam was my first when I got 1,000 subscribers last year. Adam was my first super chat. So nice. I appreciate that, and thank you, and Merry Christmas, and thanks for the $5.
It's tough to take a break from YouTube algorithm wise, technology wise, getting pushed out. You take a break, and if you're getting good traction, and all of a sudden you're not, it's tough to get back in the good graces, I think.
Well, unfortunately, it's very hard not to take things personal. And when you take a break, you think that, sometimes people are going to miss you, but you'll get some messages, but life goes on, and they're just going to, if you're not going to be there for them in a sense and put something out, they're just going to watch somebody else. They're not going to like mope around like I was being upset. This is why you just got to stay focused and do what you got to do for you, and hopefully you find an audience that likes you and appreciates what you do and stays loyal. Hey, Steven. Steven's actually from Pennsylvania. Adam's from New Jersey. And thanks for the burger. Everybody knows I like lunch boxes and cheeseburgers. I'm actually, when I get back out on the road one day, maybe I might want to do a little, YouTube is tough too, because I hear people talk about, like, let's say if you do reselling videos. Well, if you do anything outside that, they're not going to watch it. I try to be, my channel is about me. I'm a reseller. And then what do I do in between? Well, I might go to, I might like Orange County Choppers. I might go to a museum. So I show those things. It's easier to do that when you have a larger channel because they'll buy into almost anything that you're showing. But sometimes, like sometimes when I open baseball cards, I don't get many viewers because some of my viewers just don't like that, but you hope that you expand your audience and you get some more viewers that way. But I don't know, YouTube's complicated.
It is. Adam's got a show in a couple hours, doesn't he? Doesn't he go live on Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, right?
Oh, yeah. No, just because he did move it back to later at night. I've been a guest on his channel 2 or 3 times, actually.
Yeah, it's about 2.5 hours, 6 o'clock Central Time, so 7 o'clock Eastern.
T, now what part? You live in Florida, right?
Yeah, right now, well, not right now, but I've been in Florida for a little over 20 years now. And I live in between Fort Lauderdale and Boca in Coral Springs. Nice.
I love Florida just because I can't stay in the winters anymore and have the fight with the car and the ice. And I've been coming down. I was in Florida in January, but I've been coming to Florida for a week or two, usually every 2 years. But eventually, and my wife now, she's had 3 operations on her foot, and she likes the warmer weather. And eventually, we're going to live in Florida. We may start out as snowbirds, live down there 6 months, and then 6 months up in Pennsylvania. But eventually, we're going to live in Florida and make a home there.
Permanently, you want to end up in Florida, like permanently?
Yeah. Within an hour of Disney World, because I remember the first year I went to Disney World. I had sold one of my subways, and it was 2003. We went Christmas week, and it was crazy. And I was a little bit like impatient, didn't really want to stand in line. But I tell you what happened was, it became slow in the wintertime up here at the business, and you get a little depressed because you're kind of struggling to pay the bills, and it was so nice to go down there and see a whole bunch of people. It was like going to Manhattan and just not think about the business and have fun and just interact with people, and I loved it. And I never complained about standing in line an hour at Disney World. I'm always happy there. I just love it. I've been to Disney 8 times in like 20 years, and I my bucket list one day is to actually work there, even if it's one day a week. I don't care what it is, taking tickets. And life is short. I never want to be one of those guys that got to be like 70 years old and sat at home waiting to die. I want to do things. I want to, and it doesn't have to be fancy. I don't need to go on a $10,000 cruise. I don't need to go to Europe. I'll probably never leave the United States. And there's enough there for me to satisfy. And I like to drive to California and do different things. And I want to be a healthy older person, not sit at home and, like I said, just wait to die and look back with regret. You know.
Yeah.
Right. You see, like I've been in Florida, like I said, over 20 years, and Florida is not for me. I'm more of the still small town girl. Like to me, Florida still is very fast paced, and like I said, I haven't adjusted to it after 20 years. It's still not me, and I plan on moving back actually to Hawley as soon as my youngest hit 16, which is in 5 years. I'm planning on moving back home. Like that's my goal. Like for me, I don't know what it is. It's just I always had that feeling of Pennsylvania is home. Hawley is home. You know what I mean? And after all these years of 20 years of being here, it never changed for me. I had my kids here. My kids were born in Florida. My 3 girls were born in Florida. I've been here over 20 years, and it still never changed for me.
Well, it's funny that you say that because you almost sound like me 15 minutes ago when I was basically saying where I grew up, an hour and 15 minutes south, that, like, you know, I just, even though my kids went to school here and this and that, it just, I came here for a business opportunity, and I was successful up until about 2 years ago when things happened, and I still I still want to be able to come back to Pennsylvania, and I'm nostalgic. I love driving. I'll drive down to Quakertown when I don't know if you know where Quakertown is at.
Yeah, my ex-husband's my ex-in-laws used to live in Quakertown.
Yeah, I'll drive. There's a place called the Q Mart, and I'll drive. It's like a farmer's market, and then they have other little booths in there, and then they do an outdoor flea market, and I'll drive down there just to remember, because when I was 12 years old and my mom and dad had split up, and I'd moved. My grandma would take me to the Q Mart, and I mean, we can't stop it, but you know, we're all getting older, and life is going fast, and again, I just want to do things, enjoy life, and you know.
Right,
Yep.
and that's how I feel. Like that's why I want to go back home so much. Is because I love driving down Hawley, and I love going to the old shops I used to go to when I was a kid. Like I love to go visit Scranton and go to the Scranton Mall, and the same thing, like drive around Woodlock, and you know, it's just. And
yeah, what mall did you go in Scranton?
The Viewmont.
Oh yeah, that's Dixon City. I
Yeah.
thought I wasn't sure if you meant the Steamtown Mall.
Well, Steamtown Mall also. Mall also.
Well, that's changed.
I haven't been to the Steamtown. I went to the Viewmont 3 years ago. I did go back up there and visit up there, and the whole thing has changed. It's grown a lot since I lived there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, like Stroudsburg, also the Stroudsburg Mall, I remember going there as a kid and just hanging out in Stroudsburg, and it's like you said, it's all the nostalgia, and I want to be back home. You know what I mean? As I'm getting older, it's like I want to be back where, you know, I grew up, and just like I mentioned Hawley Diner to you because it was there so long since when I was a kid, and a girl I went to high school with bought it.
Yeah, that's one of those old stainless steel or aluminum, whatever they are,
Right.
type diners. Yeah.
Right. And
they had owned Chick's Diner in Scranton too, but I think because of COVID, they basically now have closed it down, and they're done.
I can't, and that's like so like sad for me because I'm like, God, I remember going there during high school in the morning, you know, before high school, and you know, everybody would hang out after high school at that diner, or you know, and that's like also the Gresham's, you know, Gresham.
Yeah, Gresham's Chop House. Yep.
Yeah, like all that also is just still all the same for me when last time I went there, and it's the nostalgia, I think, that just to drive around and like, oh, I drove down this way on my way to high school. You know what I mean? I hung out with my friends over here.
The sad part is I've realized is in 20 years, it's amazing how things do change. places close up, new people move in, and it's not the same sometimes. But you in your heart, because I remember that building or I remember that. But you're going to be surprised that sometimes, like how much things do change, like that aren't they were. I remember when I lived in Penargil, and I used to sometimes skip school or in the morning we would walk down to a little luncheonette called Black's Luncheonette, and it was just neat to go in there and just buy a pack of gum because and they're gone. The people got older, the kids didn't want to do the business, and they're not there no more.
Right. And sometimes I can't believe, I think it's still going. Obviously, it didn't do it this year, but the Wayne County Fair.
Yeah, Wayne County Fair has been going a long time.
Yeah, I remember going there in middle school and in high school to the Wayne County. That was the big thing every year is like, Wayne County Fair is coming, and I just remember like my whole high school and all that, everybody would be meeting over there. And I think this was the first year they actually didn't open because of the COVID. Yeah,
they usually get about 100,000 people. And now, have you ever heard of the Bloomsburg Fair?
Yeah. Yep.
They get like 350, 400,000 people. And that's out towards like if anybody's listening from Pennsylvania, it's probably about an hour northeast of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. But out like in the middle like of the state. But they canceled too. I like to go to this fair that's down in Broadettsville, Gilbert area, called the West End Fair, and it basically it has trees. It's like going to Knoebels, and it's very makes you the family. It makes you feel like you're kind of country. And what I like about them, instead of having a lot of those outside vendors, they allow the churches and the fire companies to come in and open up vending stands, and the money then goes to help. Because, in Pennsylvania, a lot of the volunteer fire, volunteer amulets, the church, like the church will have like 4 or 5 different stands. And the problem with those is just like a business, though. A lot of them can't, like the one year we're like, oh, where are they at? And someone said to us, oh, they couldn't find no more volunteers. So sometimes the younger generation, the older people were carrying it and doing the volunteer, but they couldn't get any younger people to come in and help volunteer, making food and doing different things.
Right. You said Broadheadsville?
Yeah, Broadettsville.
Yeah, I know. That's past Stroudsburg. Isn't that around not too far from Jim Thorpe?
That's west of Stroudsburg by about 20 minutes.
Yeah, and Jim Thorpe is around there, isn't it?
Yeah, go about another half an hour, a little bit north of Broadettsville.
Yeah, I know. You know what? It's funny too. Over there back home, I don't know pretty much any street names or anything. It's like growing up there, you just know where everything is by just looking and just be like, oh, at this greenhouse, I make a left. At this tree, I make a right. And it's still. That's how I grew up, over there.
Did you know Twin Rocks?
Of course. They turned that to IHOP, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
An Indian bought it who owns like 25 travel centers and Burger Kings and tobacco shops, and he turned it into an IHOP. He had it for like 2 years, and then they converted it to IHOP. And another reason I think is because of the help. Because let's say somebody's making the meatloaf. Oh, I want to do it this way. Well, no, you got to do now with IHOP. There's a formula that you follow, and that's the way you do it.
And how is it? Have you been there? Like, how is it going with that?
Well, they just opened like in the beginning of the year. I've been there. It's a little pricey. I've been there twice, but they're not open no more. I live actually only 2 miles away from it because of COVID. So there's no indoor dining in those type of places. Who the hell orders that type of food usually to go? I always say there's only 2 foods that go good to go, and they hold well is Chinese and pizza.
I agree.
You try to get a hamburger and eat it 4 hours later. The thing is like a rock.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just doesn't. You got to eat that right away. But Chinese, you can heat up the next day. Pizza, you can even 30 seconds in the microwave. So
And both of those are better. Both those are better sometimes a day later.
Oh yeah, well, you don't even notice the if it's made right. You don't even notice the quality breakdown. I mean, how many people honestly eat even cold pizza?
Did you ever try Lorenzo's
No.
on Route 6?
No.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Last time I was there, I got some stuff from Lorenzo, and he is I went to high school with him. Me and him were in the same grade, Lorenzo. So that's what I mean. That's why I'm so pushy to go back home. It's the nostalgia of everything, like right. I went to high school with, Connie, and she bought Holly Diner. I went to school with Lorenzo, me and him were in the same grade, and he bought the pizza store that was there when we were young, and he took it over. And there's a lot of people I went to high school that are now teachers at Wallenpaupack also.
Right.
So
the difference in help, though, 20 years ago, people were conscientious. They did things. Nowadays, even if you have to, fire an employee, then they get on social media. They'll work there at, like, say, the diner 4 years. Oh, don't go there because this and that. And it's like, social media, it's nice to connect, but it's ruined a lot of things.
Yeah, no, I agree. I talk to my kids about that because my kids can't believe, like, I have 3 girls and they're 14, 13, and 10. And I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, I didn't grow up with cell phones. And,
right.
I didn't know, we didn't have iPads. We didn't have iPods. I said, Mommy had a computer at the library at school, not at home.
Right.
It was a luxury to go on the computer at the library in school,
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt you, but have you, have you met Craig before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Craig being quiet, so I didn't want to be rude.
Y'all are talking Pennsylvania. I have nothing to offer there. I've been to Pittsburgh and I've been to Butler and in between, and that's it.
No, but I wasn't sure if you guys officially had met, and I didn't want you to.
Yeah, I don't think I referred to you as Craig. I always called you Landshark.
Craig, either one is fine.
Yeah,
I get called a lot worse, so anything is fine.
I call him Uncle Craig, and I was doing that probably for about 6 months, and some people started believing he was my uncle, and I think he's only 2 years older than me.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I know you're Craig, but for me in my head, I've always gotten used to you as Landshark, so I always refer to you as Landshark.
Oh, that's fine. Not a problem.
I have the same thing. I have some people call me Hemlock, some people call me T. And do you know Hemlock is where I grew up, Hemlock Farms. And did you hear about that, Pat?
I know Hemlock Farms, but I didn't know that's why you created your name.
Yeah, that's where my name came from, is Hemlock, because that's where I lived. That's where I grew up, is in Hemlock Farms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Steve, I don't know where Orrig Cold Storage is. No, I never heard of that.
So, I don't know. I don't think my mind changed after 20 years of being in Florida. I'm still wanting to go back home. I don't think it'll change in like 5 more years. You know what I mean? I know it's building up. I know there's a hell of a lot more people that live there than I was there.
It's gotten more. I don't know if you ever heard of the Hideout, the community.
Oh, yeah. That was there when I was young. Yeah. I had friends that lived there.
There's only 15 houses left for sale.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
We're like, they're doing record numbers. You got to remember, people move in from New York, New Jersey. They sell something back there for $300 or $400. Yeah. They come here and they buy something for $150, and now have to put up with people on top of one another rioting or any of that other BS that has been going on.
Well, I know it's getting a lot, because when I visited about 3.5 years ago, I did go into Hemlock, and Hemlock when I grew up was like houses like with a mile or two away from each other. And Hemlock was so huge, and the houses were the kind of houses that blended in with the woods and stuff, Now, when I went 3 years ago, I was in shock of the houses that were there. You know what I mean? It's just they're like mansions now. And I'm like, what house? This house doesn't belong here.
Hey, hold on a second. Santa, can you verify your voice?
Hello, Patdees. Would you like to go camping?
If you didn't say the word, if you didn't say the
How you
word
doing
camp,
today, Pat?
what's up?
What are you doing?
Wrapping presents, and I opened up a couple viewers' mail that they sent me. They sent me some cards and ornaments, and
That's
I'm
so
glad
sweet,
you just
Pat.
joined, John. I saw what he wrapped you, so hopefully you
I
didn't see
know.
it.
It's probably long and pink.
no, behave yourself.
I love you, patty cakes. Merry
well,
Christmas, buddy.
Just
Merry
behave
Christmas.
yourself.
I still have my wife gifts to wrap. I'm bad.
Okay, well now I've been talking. I'm trying. Okay, I got this one house all done. There's a girl that used to work for me. Her family has been great to me. She's been a friend to me now since she worked for me when she was 16. Now she's 35. So I always try to take care of the kids. What?
Texas Bandit.
What's he saying?
I ain't gonna repeat it.
Okay.
What's up, Todd? Todd?
Hey, Todd. Thank you. I appreciate the $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
He's got plenty of silver to throw around.
T, I didn't chase you off, did I?
No, I'm still here. I
Okay.
was just thinking of everything I still have to do. But it's really nice being able to talk to you because a lot of people never heard of that area. And it was when I heard where you were from, it was like, oh my God, it's so nice to talk to somebody that knows exactly what I'm talking about and where this is. And
I appreciate it, and I don't mind. I've been watching your channel sometimes, lurking in the background, and but sometimes you girls are a little wild for Patdees, so I don't say much. So I'm a little bit honestly conservative. So or some people would say boring, but that's okay. I like to. I don't want to change, and I don't want anyone to change for me. It just,
Patdees. Patdees, don't be so prudish.
Don't be what?
Don't be so prudish.
Nah. You know what happens is people get out of hand.
What are you hoping Santa brings you for Christmas, Pat?
Santa doesn't bring anyone over 13 gifts. Those are for the kids. I'm appreciative to have my wife, and she makes a good meal for me, and to be able just to do this and give to others and play the role of Santa's helper, that's good for me. So
It's such a great answer.
well, it's just an honest answer. It's a little corny, I know, but it's just the honest how I feel.
hi, Kim.
Hey, Kim, my girl from Texas.
I'm hoping Santa brings me a brand new GoPro Hero 9, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
If you're good this year, he might bring you a real YouTube channel.
I'm hoping some subscribers.
You have to go sit in Santa's lap to get that, though.
I don't know about all that, but
Let me tell you, I used to look forward to sitting on Santa's lap as a kid, and I used to get upset because they had changed it that you would get in line, and if you didn't have $20 for the picture, you kind of were made to feel okay next, and Santa spent a little bit more time with you if you were going to pay for the photo, and a lot of times we didn't have the money to pay for the photo, so that feeling at the mall was never an enjoyable one. But we had a local movie theater that some businesses would support, and we got to go there and watch a movie. We would get a color. We got to sit on Santa's lap, get a picture taken with him. Because we got to remember, like T says, there was no cell phones back then. You got a Polaroid, and a lot of times what they did back, that place did, was the Polaroids were $1 each, because that's pretty much what it cost to buy the pack of Polaroids. $10, you get 10 pictures. So we used to go up and tell them what we wanted for Christmas, and each of us would get a stocking with candy an orange, and a coloring book. And boy, did that mean a lot to me as a kid. And I never forgot that.
Yeah. That's and that's why I was saying it's so funny when I talk to my girls, because it's like they would say like, well, how did you call they call my mom Mima for grandma. And they were like, how would you call Mima to let her know where you at? And I said, at that time, you find a payphone or you call from your friend's house. I said, there was no cell phone. I said, you know, mommy had to go find a payphone down in Hawley or Honesdale or whatever, you know. And
I love when you'd be on a payphone and it would be like, please deposit 75 more cents. And you'd be like, okay, I gotta go. And then I would hang up and then it would ring back and the operator would be on, you got to put in 75 cents. I'm like, I've got no money.
The good old days, huh?
Yeah.
That was the good old days.
I remember, we were poor. We honestly were. And my dad used to scrounge up money for smokes. And he would walk by a payphone and he would put his finger in the little thing, hoping he'd find a quarter in there. You know, because cigarettes were about $1.25 when I was 12 years old. And he would, like, you know, look around for money to just buy a pack of cigarettes. And I'm like, oh, my God. How obsessed could you be to want to smoke those nasty things that you'd be looking for loose change?
I remember, cigarettes were $2.11 at the one gas station in front of Hemlock Farms for $2.11. I remember that. And now they're like $8 a pack.
Yeah, I don't like smoking. Killed my father, and drinking, and I don't like none of that, and that's why I stay away from it. And I would never date a person. But I'm blessed to have the wife because we don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't believe in drugs, and keep it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I do love Wendy's cheeseburgers though.
Cheeseburgers, they're a drug, right?
Oh, for me, I know.
If you eat enough of them.
Yesterday, I was so damn cranky. I didn't eat for 15 hours. So I said to my wife, I got to get something. So we had stopped at Rite Aid to pick up a prescription of mine. And I went to McDonald's and I had a double quarter pounder with cheese and fries and a Coke Zero. And 10 minutes later, I felt so much better. I was cranky.
He was angry.
This is the next gift I got. This is going to be for my niece.
Really cute.
Yeah, they're not My Little Ponies, but they're cute. Family horse play set. So yeah, I got so far since you guys been on. I've been on an hour and a half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wrapped 11 presents in an hour and a half. Opened up some viewer mail. I'm doing pretty good on time here.
That's faster than you ship out orders, though.
Yeah. Well, when I know it comes to your nursing home,
that's right.
You know what I mean?
As long as it's pudding, it won't take long to pack up.
Actually, the last 2-3 days have been slow, and I'm kind of glad because I've been I had 10 messages today about people. I want my money back, and it's like they know it's not going to get there on time on Christmas. Oh, right. Well, then, and like people are unreasonable. Well, can't you look into it and see where it's at? Well, who the hell am I going to look into it when it's been scanned and it's sitting probably at a warehouse somewhere? I mean, you're not the only one that's in this boat. Relax.
Right.
Oh, my God. Like, people are just.
Yeah, I get that a lot, too. Well, where is it? Can you check for me? But it's already scanned. It's sent out. I can't do anything else once it's done like that.
There's a lot of them that aren't even getting scans.
Yeah.
I've got one that I shipped out. Let me look. I shipped one out almost a week ago, and it hadn't even been accepted at the my local post office.
Hey, Penny Day, thank you for coming in. I haven't seen you in a while. I appreciate Penny Day has been a supporter of me, and she's actually bought some postcards from me when I've done the auctions, and even emailed me privately and has bought some stuff. So I appreciate that. I just want to acknowledge it, and that I'm grateful for the support. Oh, it's a mess with online. But people gotta are they aware of what's going on in the world? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
If they're smart, they've disconnected from the they've disconnected and they're not watching the news anymore.
Well, and you know what? little Johnny doesn't get his one item by Christmas and he's going to get it 3 days later. Look, I know it's about some people, it's about the money because they want to make sure. I understand that part. And there's where Amazon should have stepped up and said, look, if you guys aren't getting your packages within X 21 days, like for example, this is what we're going to do for you. We're going to give you a gift card. We're going to make it good, but please be patient. Don't give sellers a hard time. But no, nothing. Crickets.
Well, let me head out. I got wrapping
Hi,
ice
honey.
to do and cleaning to do and all that stuff. But I wanted to come in and say hi.
Wow, I got a super sticker. I think is that a super sticker? I don't have YouTube pulled up.
Yeah, it's from the Bandit, $25. Holy crap!
Thank you, Phil.
Woo-hoo.
He always calls me my brother. He says that we look alike, and it's hard to get someone to admit that they look like me in real life. So he must be a good friend. So thank you. Hey T.
Yeah.
Honey, thank you for stopping in. We'll talk again, and I appreciate you just coming by and showing your support.
Okay, guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day, okay? And Merry Christmas.
You too.
Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you.
And if I don't see you in the next few days, Merry Christmas. Bye, everybody in the chat. Talk to you guys later.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We wish you a merry Patdees.
So, are you guys all finished with Christmas shopping? And
I've got to go pick up. Go ahead.
I'm going to say I have some gifts that I don't think are going to make it, but that's okay.
I've got to go pick up 2 gift cards.
I don't know if you heard earlier. Like I got to get more gifts this weekend. I'm broke. The people don't realize this delay in shipping has hurt sellers because they don't release those funds until that tracking shows up.
Right.
So I'm going to get some money today, and then it will hit my account Friday, which is Christmas, and then I'll be able to use it Saturday. But they're holding up, they're holding like a bunch of money on me, and it sucks, And
if you don't have daily payout, you got to wait, another 2 weeks before you get your payout?
Yeah, you're right.
That's tough.
Yeah.
We got a crazy schedule. I live about an hour south of my wife's parents and an hour north of my parents, and so we're doing our Christmas Day here on Christmas Eve because both my daughters have to work, and then we're going Saturday. We're going to my parents, and we're gonna do Christmas with my mother-in-law's family, my wife's family. Actually, like the 9th or so of January. So it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't have no family, so
You got me, Patdees.
All right.
Friend.
Take that for what it's worth.
I'm coming over for dinner.
Sweet. It'll be a long drive, but we'll make sure you get fed if you get here.
I've driven there before.
You know what they say? People always tell me that blood is thicker than water, and I can tell you that I've found that to not always be the truth. Some of the best people in my life are not family.
Well, honestly, I think because of lack of family that I had, I've learned to appreciate the friendships that I've made with people. I mean, yeah, I run into disappointment at times. Hey, Connie, what's up? I don't want to highlight your name because it will show up then permanently on my StreamYard, and I don't want people to be offended. But hey, Connie, thank you for stopping.
I've seen Connie in a lot of chats. He's been moving around.
Oh, I'll have a blue Christmas.
Connie's always respectful, though, when I'm around, so...
I'm all festival now, Patdees, for you. I've got the twinkling little lights. I've got the snow falling, and I'm dressed like Santa Claus.
I tell you what, that intro that you did on that video, that was good. That intro, I could imagine you going into that shop, right, and then that spinning around, and the next scene would be of you would go back in time, and it would be of a 9-year-old boy waking up at Christmas Day and then just telling the story that whirlwind and going back and sort of like doing that, and then kind of ending it with the spin would be, and there you are sitting, as a grown adult talking to like your son or a young man about things. But I would love, honestly, I want to do something one day that is so special on YouTube, whether it's a little mini movie or something like that. What platform that we could turn on that we have the ability to do something like that, and whether it gets a lot of views or not, it's just to say that I did it. And, I want to do stuff that is meaningful, that tells stories and is unique.
Connie has been so very, very naughty. I bet you need a good spanking, Connie. But it's crazy that how much power that people have with editing software to be able to tell a story. That software that I use, I created all of those visual effects inside of that software. Now, it's not just your shoot some film and throw 3 clips together. It took me an hour of watching YouTube videos to learn how to render and to do that, because you use what's called Fusion, and you use their Fusion console, and it allows you to do. I want to learn. I think I'm going to switch over to Adobe and learn Adobe After Effects.
Mm-hmm.
Kinds of stuff. There's so much cool
stuff to do. Glenn, Merry Christmas. Thanks for stopping in. I'm not sure if you're open tomorrow, but have a Merry Christmas, buddy. Thank you for stopping.
See you, man.
Well, the thing is, I may not know how to do that editing software, but I think I would be a great storyteller. And I think that's what makes the Pixar movies so good, is that when you really pay attention to what the meaning of the movie is, and that's where, like, you tell a compelling story that people can relate to. And boy, if you could put that into a movie format, or a video, or and then edit it together, that's what we're able to do. Really, we have the ability to create a movie if we wanted to. Try 10, 15 years ago, you'd have to call up like ABC, and they're like, well, we don't talk to you. You don't have an agent. The things that we can do now are just amazing.
Yeah, that software that I use has been used to edit motion pictures. You can do what they call color grading, and which means that you can add like certain colors, like if you want to make it look dusk or whatever. You can make it look. There's so much that you can do. It's pretty amazing.
This is why, really, I think about, maybe I overthink it with YouTube, but I think it's such a great ability, and I think there's a responsibility. Like, I don't want to put out. Look, sometimes people aren't going to like what you do, this and that. I get it. It's boring, but I don't know. I just try to be conscientious of what I put out there, that that people will enjoy it, and you give up your time of the day and just not put out, honestly, just garbage because I want, if my kids, look back, or my grandkids one day, like, oh my God, there's Grandpa Patdees on there, and
all right, Pat, I got to run.
All right.
I enjoyed it. Y'all have a good Christmas.
You too, buddy.
Grandpa Patty cakes.
Yeah.
Wonder where.
Did I label that one right? Yeah. So I don't want to put out stuff that people would be like, "Oh my God, what the heck was he thinking?" Try to have a conscience here.
Yeah, you can learn how to do editing. All you have to do is come up with a story. You could literally create, whatever content that you wanted. You just have to be able to sit down and write out a script and find people that want to participate.
Yeah, even if they get some sort of credit and stuff down the road one day, is maybe to find a group of college kids that want to and I say, hey, look, So are you at the shop today or are you at home?
No, I'm at home.
Oh, okay. Did you go? Have you been going to the shop at all?
We haven't been open. The COVID cases are starting to drop in our area, so I think I might be opening up soon. I like being there, but I'm honestly thinking about going a different direction with the store. I'm thinking about doing a pop culture shop that's T-shirts and pop culture stuff, like stuff I want to open up an 80s, 90s, and early 2000s store.
Now, let me ask you, do you have your phone number? Like, if someone wants to come in there and like make an appointment to buy something or look around, do you have like, can you do that or?
Nah, I'm not too keen on. I'm not too interested in doing that. I mean, I should be, but like, I don't know. I'd love to buy the building next to me and be able to knock a hole in the wall and be able to turn one side into antique store and the other side into like a pop culture shop, but I don't know if they're going to sell it or not.
Right.
But then I have to be there. That's the problem. Then you have someone there watching the store, minding the store, and I don't really like doing that too much.
Yeah. Well, you got used to a certain freedom, and then But I know you have a lot of. I've been to your store, and you have a lot of nice stuff in there, and obviously, if you're not open, they're not able to go in and buy the stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's set up like a. I have people messaging me all the time wanting to buy stuff out of the window, so I finally had to put a sign up in the window that says this stuff's not for sale because I just got tired of getting the hassle.
Yeah, you have it sort of like a museum too.
Yeah.
But I've been to the antique art, the American Picker store in Nashville, and they have the same thing. They have things that they don't sell. It makes the store display, and then they fill it in with stuff that T-shirts and other things that they can get quantity of to sell to the people that come there.
Right.
And they do have some one-offs, but the main pieces that are featured on the show, they're not selling them because honestly, if they sold them, then what do they have to replace it with? Like
the Von Dutch bike and the big carnival head, and there's some stuff there that they don't want to get rid of. And to be honest, I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of stuff there. I don't think there's anything there other than T-shirts, bumper stickers, and ball caps that they really want to get rid of, because even the antiques that they've got there are priced 2 to 3 times market value. So unless you just want to buy something from there and say you bought this from Mike Wolf that was on a TV show or something like that, you're probably better off to not buy anything from there. Yeah, I bought a toy from them and a T-shirt. But I mean, the money's made for them when you're selling a $25, $30 T-shirt that they can make for $5, and then people buy like mugs and everything else, all that stuff to say that they're smart. I'm wearing an antique archaeology hat right now, so I mean, that's where the money's at, in the merchandise. It's kind of like YouTube. The money isn't in reselling; it's making good YouTube videos. It's just so much easier to make money on YouTube if you can make quality content that people watch, that you can get monetized. I mean, like you look at Harry Tornado, the guy makes $10,000 a month on YouTube and makes $3,000 a month reselling. And I think that that's perfectly acceptable. Well, of course it is. Now he just honestly, let's not fool anybody. He made 10,000, but probably just started 2 months ago. It took him time to build that up to there. Sure. Yeah. But just like I've sold probably close to $28,000 worth of stuff on eBay over the past 2 months, but it took time to get there. I make the kind of money that he makes on YouTube, but I wish I could make the kind of money on YouTube that he makes on eBay. If I could just get to where I was making $500-600 a month on YouTube, I would be happy. I mean, like me, I probably average $125 a month, and honestly, 90% of it is the generosity of friends giving super chats. But I went the first whole 9 months, put out like 140 videos, and made nothing. So I had to put the time in to get to that point. Okay. Hello. Never too old. Thank you for stopping. Who was that? Was that Megan? Yeah, my wife's coming in. She's going with her friend to the church. They're giving.
Tell her we said hello. Tell her we said hello.
She said she said hello too.
Did she say hello or did she flip me the bird?
No, she didn't.
Oh, good girl.
We
I know sometimes when I say hello to you, you give me faces or gestures. So I wasn't sure if it ran in the family.
But yeah, I would like to see. Like I said, I love to. That's one of my big New Year's things is really putting in the effort on YouTube and trying to figure it out. I've really upped my game on editing, not getting pulled in. My big 2021 resolution is not to get pulled in any drama, to build bridges that have been burnt, not, that's kind of my goal for 2021.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to be doing, honestly, I'm going to do things in life that I've wanted to do, outdoor stuff. I'm going to build a log cabin, I'm going to do a garden, may even get a couple chickens and kind of feature that. Now people say, well, who says my channel has to all be reselling? Reselling is what I do to pay the bills, but I want to show you a little aspect of life, And
it works out really well that way. I've kicked up the idea. We have a group of people that we put together, kind of a little masterminds group of YouTube content creators that are trying to figure out what it takes to be successful. And we're trying different stuff, and we've got a private chat that we hang out in and stuff like that. We talk a lot of shop, and just, it's a couple of us have started other channels. Like I'm wanting to start a channel on pop culture. I want to do a channel called the Pop Culture Pro, and do videos on pop culture related items, shirts and reselling and stuff like that, and just seeing if what I've learned can grow a channel in another genre. And like I said, I'm working on 5,400 subs, so that's cool. I really like that, but it just, it's tough. It's tough to make videos and get them right.
Well, it's a job, and especially if you want to get monetized. And I even want to develop. I have another channel where I like to talk about stocks, but to be honest, you have to put a plan in place and say, okay, I'm going to film this day. I'm going to talk about that. I got to edit. I got to get it up. And boy, when you're sidetracked, and you got to make that. Guys that I know are successful in those type of channels are making that commitment to doing at least 3 videos a week. And you can't, especially when it comes to money. People want to know what to do. They can't I'll take a break for 6 months from it because, well, did you sell the stock or did you hold on to it? Or, and
right.
I enjoy. I tell you, before I came on the YouTube, when I was driving around in the car, I was listening to David Ramsey's story a lot. And boy, there's a comeback kid. What he went through in life, and he got heavy into real estate and had to go bankrupt and had to restart all over again. And he does a lot with the I like the Christian Network and stuff like that. His stories is inspiring. No, Connie, no more skin. No skin.
He's got it turned up to 3 skin, and you don't want to see the next level.
Yeah, no. Patdees is too damn old to be showing.
Late Night just gave you a $4.99 super chat.
Oh, thank you.
This is your Christmas card and concessions.
Oh, honey, thank you. I appreciate that. She's a friend of mine from California, and she supports Tia and Donna a lot on the auctions. And we I don't know. One time they said something about her working the corner, and I said, "What? She sells hot dogs?" And that's always been the running joke between me and her that we'll start our own hot dog business and stuff like that. Later on, I found out that's not what they meant, but that's what I meant.
I'm not sure if you sent it to I get so many messages. If it was sent to my business page, my Instagram page, my Facebook page. Currently on my Facebook page, I am not able to post for probably another 19 days, 18 days. So I've not even logged into that. So it's been a couple weeks since I've even been logged in. The best way to get a hold of me, if anyone wants to get a hold of me, is
Yeah, don't call him because he don't answer the phone.
yeah, don't do that. Send me an email to showmepickers79@gmail.com and I will get back to you. I promise. That's the absolute best way to get a hold of me. People have added me to so many group chats on Instagram and stuff.
So see, now I can't. You remember how you had me on with the little Patdees coming with I can't have this hour sponsored by Show Me Pickers.
But
I'm
yeah,
always looking for
I'm sorry,
sponsors.
trying to get back to you. Send me a message and send me an email. That's about the absolute best way to get a hold of me. I'm sorry, buddy.
I wonder what this is. I wrapped this present. Now I forgot what it was.
I got to get my wife's presents. I bought her a pair of boots. I bought her. Let me turn the overhead light on. I'll show you some of the. I got her a couple rings. Jason Deason had my camera here at home kind of sucks. Not sure. Oop, that's not it. That's definitely not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Where am I at here? Maybe I don't have one. I thought I had a. Here we go. Hi. She likes turquoise, so I got her this like turquoise. I bought it off an auction show. She gets pretty much whatever she wants. Sterling silver turquoise ring. And then I bought this from Jason Deason. It's a sterling silver and like turquoise. And then I ended up getting her a couple of things from the old Hobby Lobby. I picked this up. It says, welcome. Hope you like dog hair, because we have dogs and animals. We're definitely not a pet-free home. And then I ended up getting her this from Hobby Lobby. It says, because someone we love is in heaven, there's a little bit of heaven in our home. And some people know that follow our channel that my wife had to have a procedure because we were pregnant with a baby back in 2019, 18, late 18.
19, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we lost the baby because it was a tubal pregnancy, so she struggled with that quite a bit. And it says, "I love this." We don't know. It was like 9 weeks along, so we don't know if it was a boy or girl. But my wife likes to think that it was a boy, so she gave him a name of Micah. And this is a scripture. It says Micah 6:8. It says, "Do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly." And it's like a little cross. So anytime I find anything with Micah, she likes dragonfly stuff too, I get that for her. And then I got her a couple of band shirts, but they're all sealed up. I got her, I ordered her some t-shirts from eBay. I try to spend as much money on eBay as possible since it's what pays the bills for me.
Right.
And I think I ended up getting her mugs. We'll just open them up real quick. Make sure that's even what's supposed to be in here. I got her she loves Pearl Jam, so I got her.
Are you gonna wrap all this stuff?
I got her a Pearl Jam shirt at some point. I'm really bad at not wrapping, but I really do a good job at gift bagging.
The lazy way.
I do a good job at gift bagging. So I got her that Pearl Jam t-shirt, and then she likes concert t-shirts. And when we first got together, she had a ton of vintage t-shirts, and we got involved in a very, very strict religious cult, and she got rid of all of her T-shirts. And yeah, it's a weird story. But anyway, so I got her this Soundgarden, Super Unknown. She's a big fan of the '90s grunge bands. So I always say that I want to get her that T-shirt that says, I always tell her that I'm going to get her T-shirt that says, I love Jesus a lot, but I cuss a little. Because that kind of explains how she is.
That's how is that? Are you running that through like Streamlabs that it can do that like falling snow and lights?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's all ran through OBS.
Okay.
It's not Streamlabs that you would use on, say, it's not ran on Streamlabs that say that you would use for like Twitch streaming or something like that. But I do have that if someone subscribes to my channel, it'll tell me.
I've seen that with the names.
Yeah, like it'll pop up in this corner. But yeah.
Well, I finished up 3 rolls of paper. I wrapped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 gifts in 2 hours. And talked with you guys. Now these are little extra things I got. We'll just give these, not even wrap them up. These little velvet arts. So each of the kids, I got a bunch of these. I'll just give them to them, not wrapped up.
Right.
So I still got to actually do. I'm not going to see those kids to the weekend. I want to pick up a couple more things on Saturday. But tonight I got to go drop off gifts somewhere, and then tomorrow I got to drop gifts off somewhere, and this weekend. So I'll be delivering gifts for a couple days.
Right. I'm going to get the kids, and we're going to go to the store. And one thing we like to do at Christmas time is we like to buy food, and then we go around to the local little food pantry, little things, and we put food in there, but we don't film any of that because I always say don't let your good deeds be known. I understand that some people do it and they film it and they put it on their YouTube channel, but I've never been much for all that. But we like to do that. I like to do that with the boys to teach them how to have a giving heart.
Right.
And I want them to always think about other people. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a weird father. I tell them, I said, I say you have to struggle between putting other people's needs above your needs. I said, but you've ultimately got to take care of yourself first, and then once you're taken care of, then you're in a situation to where you can help take care of other people. And what I tell them is that, like with your money, I said, you've got to be good. You've got to be a good steward of what God gives you. You got to be good with your money. I said, and if you save it and you work with it and you invest it properly, and then you can have the opportunity to help other people. But I always tell them you got to clean up around your own doorstep before you go clean it up around somebody else's. So, because, when I was younger, I got taken advantage of a lot because I would have a big heart and I would stuff to people, and then I would do without. And that's not necessarily always a bad thing, but as a father, we're responsible to make sure that our kids, are good adults. I don't want my kids to not be good adults, but I sometimes I'm worried I'm preparing them for a world that doesn't exist anymore. No,
I agree, and but I guess if you can help out 3 or 4 people in your community and do
right.
It's not like I was talking about nostalgic earlier. How I look back growing up poor and 20 years from now, is there going to be a Patdees doing these? Is there going to be a John Johnson or is that message going to continue to the younger generation that they'll pay it forward and do things and just have good hearts? I don't know.
I think that it's becoming fewer and fewer. But I think that people have good hearts, but I think some of it's a little focused wrong. I think that you can still, without getting into the whole everything that's going on in the world right now, you can see that people want to do good. They want to do good, but sometimes it's just a little misguided.
Right.
So now I think good will happen. Good will always happen. Good comes from God, and as God's everlasting. So from beginning to beginning, they'll never. That's the reason why we experience good, is because God allows it. And not to get all religious, but that's just what I believe. So like I believe there'll always be people out there. But I've always said that that's why I believe that, like, people who have faith, no matter what that faith is, no matter where you focus it. I happen to be a Christian, but I think it's important because if you look at, like, evolutionarily speaking, a lot of cultures throughout all of history have invested a lot of points into, that whole idea of believing into something that's bigger than themselves. And that's points that could have been spent somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But instead, they chose to invest those points into faith. So I think that that's an important part of our culture. And if we deviate from that, and the more secular our society gets, the more, unfortunately, I think, skewed truth becomes. And then, that falls into the situation as to what is good then, what we consider good, what is good, where does your ultimate truth come from? But that's a philosophical series of videos that you could do.
No, I agree.
What's up?
Superior Girl, thanks for stopping. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Not sure what your name is.
I like that. That's cool. Yeah. I like it a lot.
Thank you for stopping by. But you actually caught us when we're about to end the show. Basically, today I just wanted to hang out and talk with some of the people. And I wrapped presents for kids that I'm supporting and giving gifts to. And I showed some viewer mail and cards and ornaments that I got in. So I do appreciate you stopping. If you guys are watching this on the replay, you guys could give me thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. John, I want to thank you for being a friend and for stopping in and supporting me.
I'm going to bounce out so you can tell your people goodbye. And we'll be in the other chat later tonight, buddy. So whenever you get ready, you can, whenever you're done or whatever.
All right. No problem.
See ya.
See you, John. Hey, appreciate John, Craig, and Tanya T. That used to live up here, stopped on and kept me company for the last hour. The first hour I did it all myself, but I did get 16. Here, let me show the camera a little bit. Look at that. I did get 16 presents all wrapped up here. And I'm going to be actually delivering some presents to some kids tonight and tomorrow. And Silver Hair Stacker, it's a private chat that John does that they don't stream on YouTube. The only thing is they get a little bit out of hand sometimes, so I don't stay the whole time, but that's what it is. It's just a bunch of guys hanging around, yeah. Oh, your name is Rachel? Well, nice to meet you, Rachel. Thanks for stopping. I appreciate it. Yeah, Todd, I'll say something to John. Have you ever, maybe in the future he could share the link, and if you want to stop in and bullshit and and hang out, and we learn a lot from other. It's just sometimes they get a little bit out of hand, and and Connie, thank you for stopping, honey. I appreciate it. I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. I'm going to do more videos and coming up. I do appreciate everybody that shows my channel support and myself personally. And I'll see you again. And have a Merry Christmas. And thank you.